Again, the pre-show ramble was nicer than it was a lot of fun. Let's leave it at that.
A lot of times
The show before the show.
The show before the show is the show that nobody knows because you can't go to that show
That's right.
before the show.
What's up, pal? How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome.
I'm good now.
Welcome.
With all those memories.
Oh, we were just talking about memories and how, with me, it's funny. I can't remember how I got here or what I had for breakfast, but if I hear the right song, it takes me back instantly to a time and place, and that's what me and John were talking about. Back in the '60s, and you hear a song, and it just takes you right back there, and you know exactly where you were, who you were with.
Yeah.
I could have been a good student if they would have put all these lessons to music. Because I can remember songs, ask me any song from the '70s, especially after a couple adult beverages, and I'll just rattle off the name, the title, who sang them.
That's an interesting commentary that you could, if they put studying to music. I mean,
Oh, sure.
You know what? In pre-med studies and in medical school,
Yeah.
and dental school too, because I'm the idiot that went to dental school and med school.
The more education, the better, John.
We used to make up. I guess they called them mnemonics or something. And you make up this little jingle or limerick that rhymed.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you'd get all of these bullshit, esoteric, crappy facts stuck in your head, just like a song.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So there's something to it then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing. What about what's your favorite summer song? Because I've got some summer songs.
Well, okay.
I mean, we're in the middle of summer now.
Now, you know what? Analytics, for as real or unreal as they are, as per the platform, tells us that we fluctuate between an older crowd, like I think 50 to 64, but then every once in a while, these little, lines will come up where, the late 20s through mid 30s and then the 40s pop up. So it vacillates, it's kind of interesting. But a lot of my favorite summer songs come from the era where I spent all my summers at Point Pleasant Beach.
Wow.
Cajoling with my extended family on my father's side because they were all Point Pleasant Beach people.
Wow.
So, what kind of song? A summer place. Remember a summer place?
No.
There's a summer place where it may rain or storm, and I'm safe and warm in your arms. I mean, that was just...
What year is that? Like what?
Oh, God, that's probably early. Look it up.
I'd say I'd play it, but we'd get taken down.
No, we can critique it.
That's the name of it? Yeah. Oh, that's right. As long as a summer
I
place.
think Percy Faith and his orchestra covered it.
Oh, Percy Faith.
Other people, I think the Letterman. Remember the Letterman?
The
The Letterman covered it too. But I love A Summer Place.
Song.
And I think it was from an iconic movie. But I also love Bobby Darin's La Mer. Beyond the Sea.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
The song really is called La Mer.
Sorry, so I'm going to play it now. So let's play it and we'll critique it.
Yes.
We'll critique this song. No, we don't want to hear that. Advertisement.
Oh my gosh. Hold it up to the old mic.
Wow.
Yep. That's Andy Williams. I can name that guy in 2 bars.
That was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Oh, that's a beautiful song. All right, let's critique it. Now, who sings it better? Does Andy Williams sing it? I mean, okay? Or Percy Faith?
Look, we were Andy Williams fans,
Yeah.
but I have to say that I think the Letterman, I think, was the signature one that brings back all my memories. And you know what I remember? I remember the sounds of the boardwalk wheel. Give us a little spin there.
Gosh, it's been a while.
The boardwalk wheel, right. And people selling pizza and homemade ice cold lemonade on the boardwalk, and me with my little tiny 5-year-old feet burning on, the boards of the boardwalk, and me being hyper aware because I saw some teenage girl in a first aid area,
Yeah.
and they were pulling a big splinter out of her foot, like a 3-inch splinter.
Ouch.
I saw that, and I was like, "Ooh," I get my flip flops. Like, I'm never gonna step on a splinter.
Yeah.
Of course I did, but never.
Well, John, let's see how.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, this is the Percy Faith version.
Is it? Okay.
Is this just a musical?
It might be, yeah.
Oh, come on. Look, it's.
It takes me right back to Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey.
Wow.
Circa 1963, and you were
Wow. That is a beautiful piece of music.
there. Yes. All right.
Now, if I
Okay.
played this to my kids, they'd look at me and roll their eyes like 35 and 32 years old. Like, seriously? What is that? You know? They call me dinosaur or something like that. But I like, that is the original version. That was from the theme song of a movie.
Yeah,
Of
exactly.
A Summer Place.
All right, let's
What
see.
was that movie about, A Summer Place? A Summer Place.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I think it was probably just soft porn.
I would have remembered that.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay. I just want to hear this guy's song. His sound. This is the Letterman. That's the one.
They sound a little light for me.
Brings me right back.
Wow.
Smell of popcorn, cotton candy, then some old salty sitting there at a bar with ceiling fans slopping down steamers. Now
Wow.
that's all gone because it's all Martels and it's, whatnot.
It's all loud, and they're playing
Yeah.
a different kind of music right now.
God bless the Lettermans and A Summer Place.
I
Percy Faith,
I like
Andy
Percy
Williams.
Faith. I like the Percy Faith
Oh,
version,
God.
just the music. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. The other ones were good. Letterman are a little, I don't know. Andy Williams, I like that one. The Letterman are a little too,
Andy Williams, I don't think he ever made a Raspberry song.
yeah, right? But
Right.
what is he famous? Like, what song was his own? I mean, did he,
Moon River,
boy, you're
wider than a mile.
you're in good voice today.
I just,
That's nice.
I took voice lessons for a while.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, at Rutgers, at the Maison Gross School of Performing Arts,
Yeah.
yes.
And how'd that go? Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Yeah, I did it for 2 years.
So,
Back around 09, 2000.
so when we go to the open mic at some local tavern, John, and I'm playing the bongo drums, and you got your guitar, you're going to be the one singing, okay? Sound like a plan? All right?
Yeah.
Because I always wanted, yeah. Well, that's all I could probably do.
Straw hat,
I don't know, whatever kind of hat.
parrot feather stuck in the band.
Well, you saw the videos of like Santana. Remember Santana?
Oh, sure.
Santana had like, especially Woodstock. They were at Woodstock, and they had like 15 guys on stage. But they had that one guy who was just like shaking the mariachis, or what do you call them?
Mariachis.
Mariachis.
Yeah.
That's me. I could do that. I could have been on that stage shaking mariachis.
Right, but that guy probably played 18 other instruments.
Well, hey, but nobody knows that at the time. So when we go to the open mic and we're singing A Summer's Place, all right, at some tavern somewhere, Jersey Shore, or some maybe up in the mountains, some hillbilly saloon where nobody really knows us,
You mean there's nobody in the place?
and there's nobody in the place, somebody will throw a shoe at us.
Right.
Get the hell! But you have a nice voice, so it would never be embarrassing.
No. I don't- yeah.
They'll just say, "Who's the guy with the bongos? What's he doing?"
It's
Come on, 2 martinis, I'm up there.
the whole issue of, people, they have a bucket list and whatnot, right?
Yeah, what's
Or
your
they
bucket
have
list?
I don't have a bucket list.
Come on,
No,
John.
I honestly don't. You know why?
Do you have a bucket? If you have
I
a
have
bucket,
I
there's a
have-
list somewhere.
I have a couple of those orange plastic 5-gallon Home Depot buckets.
All right, you got a bucket.
Got a bucket.
So there's got to be something. All right, so
Well,
to go to the motherland, the beautiful Italy maybe, and like walk where your ancestors walked, barefoot in the dirt. No, that's the kind of. No.
you know what happens to me? I'll watch a movie or I'll watch a show or I'll get on YouTube and I'll watch. I love those realtor shows. They're not realtor shows. They're
What?
travel. They're travel shows.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Steve.
Burgine or
something Steves.
something Steve's.
Rick Steves? Is that his name? Rick
Steve
Steves?
Stevens played guitar.
And he's
Billy
terrific.
Idol.
And I haven't seen anything new from him, but he traveled the world, and he takes the cameras with him. There's some other guy.
Well, we can go remote on the Jersey
who
Alchemist.
goes all over the place, critiquing and joking about and horning in on, ethnic food, the street food of Nicaragua.
Yeah.
He went to all these great places. He even
street
did
food.
well in Iran until he went to Egypt, and the whole video was, what a mistake. There's a but, and there's always a but. He says, do not go to Egypt, because they confiscated his equipment, his cameras, even though he had everything signed off
Wow.
with official paperwork from the Egyptian government and the travel bureau and all that. The local people robbed him blind, confiscated his stuff until he left. And the day he went to fly home, they said, oh, well, we have your cameras here, but we have your lenses on the other end of the airport, and we have your tripods over there. We have your sound stuff 3 miles away. They really busted his balls.
Yeah,
So the object, of that video was, don't go to Egypt.
Wow.
Sadly, I don't have a bucket list, but I always fancied myself going back to Egypt. Why? Here it comes, homies, because Gallucci has a connection to ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I say so in my book, and I have a connection to ancient Greece and the saints. Not to go down that rabbit hole or to climb that holy ladder.
John, the pyramids are in Egypt?
Well, the pyramids of Giza are in Egypt, but apparently there's, I think, 57 or 60 something number of pyramids that we know of all over the place, and a lot of them.
What's the most popular?
Pyramids of Giza?
That's it.
Yeah, they're the ones in Egypt.
Okay.
They show what the the
Do they give
sun behind it.
Do they give tours? Like you can't get in the pyramids, right?
Well, we see videos all the time of people going in and out, but I wouldn't go there because you know what?
Those pyramids are amazing.
Roll the wheel of destiny back there as to when you're going to be sitting on a tour bus and then somebody decides to throw a satchel with explosives in there.
That'll put a damper on it.
We'd be so lucky to hear from the Egyptian Board of Tourism that anybody's watching the Jersey Alchemist. But
I'd be on the bus saying, "Hey, wow, this guy just threw a bag at me." What?
Santiago, one of my favorite characters in the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. He was en route to Egypt to find his treasure.
Okay.
And where was it all along? Right at home.
Well, there's a story there.
You got to read the book.
Okay. Now, what about there's no other? How about destinations in the United States? One of my bucket lists, and it's not something I have to do, but I always wanted to ride a motorcycle.
The ponies?
No, that's too dangerous. I stay away from animals.
Okay.
Anything with 4 legs, I want no part of, except a cute little dog. But I want to ride.
You're going to say, except 2 cute girls tied together.
Ouch. Okay. Listen, let's not go there.
Boom, boom.
So the Pacific West Coast, to drive up on a motorcycle all the way, that beautiful, what's that highway? Palisades? Or, I don't know. That West Coast highway. You think I'd know it, right? It's on my bucket list. And end up in Napa Valley and drink wine for what?
You said the
California.
Pacific Northwest.
No. If I did, I misspoke.
I thought
go up
you
California.
meant, north of Seattle. That's
Well, hey, maybe, but I at least want to go up with the Pacific Ocean there to my left. Okay, ride that motorcycle up that highway until I hit Napa Valley. Forget about all the homeless cities and encampments. I'll just ride right past them, and then end up in Napa Valley, drinking wine for about 2 to 4 weeks before I feel like, okay, maybe it's time to move on. So if I would,
your liver in for a new one.
let me tell you, my liver's in great shape. Oh God, please, knock on wood.
Jesus.
I should. Hey, so please, I'm sorry. Yeah, please. But I go for blood work. So last blood work, my liver enzymes are okay. Okay,
Good.
but I don't really drink anymore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so
you got into such horrible trouble with it. I understand.
yeah, hey, listen.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Listen, that DUI stop at the middle of the night, we turned it into a positive, right? That's not true.
Hey, listen. No matter what we say, alcohol is a
It's bad.
class 1 carcinogen.
Class
grade
one.
1
Yeah,
carcinogen.
yeah,
I mean, and here we are. People just drink like it's nothing. They
Yeah.
just conveniently forget about it.
I know.
And let's forget about all the pesticides that are in that. But that's another rabbit hole.
Wow.
That's another rabbit hole for another day.
So if I would have hit that 1.3 billion, John, that mega jackpot, it was on the motorcycle, and it was going to be. I would have been that drifter. I wouldn't have shaved for about 6 months, maybe. You would have seen that drifter just riding through town, motorcycle, going to
Okay.
different locations.
All right.
Not a care in the world. I'd send you an envelope here and there. You know what I'm saying? Where a postcard. Do they do
An
postcards?
envelope.
No, I mean there's cash involved. But at least a postcard. I'd give you where my next stop was, where I stopped.
All right. So 3 places in the United States that you haven't been that you want to go. One is the motorcycle drive up through Napa.
Yeah.
What
All
about-
right. Now listen, I've been out of New Jersey like 3 times in 62 years. All right. So there's a lot on that list.
Okay.
I didn't know I was going to get quizzed today. Let's see. Okay. What's that place on the bottom of Florida? I don't even know the names of these places. They say it's really nice. West Coast, all the way down the bottom of Florida.
You mean where Jimmy Buffett has Margaritaville?
Yeah, well, there's Margaritavilles all over the place, but
No.
what do they call that? It's like a group an
No,
island or
it's,
something.
I've been there so many times.
Yeah. Really?
Holy smokes.
Yeah, but you know what, John? There's a lot of critters in Florida. They got the alligators, they got the snakes,
Just stay out of the
lizards.
Everglades.
I'm not big on that, so I don't know. Maybe I might have to rethink that. But there's really, we really have everything here in New Jersey. Don't laugh out there in podcast land. We have everything we need in New Jersey. We have mountains, we have beaches, we have ski resorts, we have casinos, we have suburban areas with mountains and no people, and we have urban areas with a lot of people. So we got it all here. I really don't know. Oh, you know what?
Say it.
I can't remember the name. I'll tell you, this is getting old stuff. There's a place in Wyoming.
Go ahead.
Wyoming, where all the bar stools are all saddles. Yeah, because you're out in the mountain and everybody sits on a saddle. Somewhere in Wyoming. Wyoming's nice. So I'll go to California, Wyoming. What we're doing is mapping out my course on the motorcycle right now when I leave from Jersey.
Right.
You have your motorcycle license, right?
How stupid. I've been there so many times. Key West.
That's what I'm talking about. So the 3 spots would be up the coast to Napa. I'm dying to see Napa. I don't know why.
Well, yeah.
Because, wine is in our roots, with the Italian thing. Wine is in our roots.
So
Wyoming.
sour grapes too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Wyoming. I can't remember the town. And then,
Wyoming?
yeah,
You want to walk around with an old leather holster and
I want to be a little bit of a,
couple
like,
45s
yeah.
on each side?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but, you can carry, I think, a lot of places like that.
Probably.
So, and nobody bothers you. So I want to go out to Wyoming because it's supposed to be beautiful with the mountains. California, and then that place, where'd you go, say, in Florida?
Key West?
Key West.
You've never been there?
No. I've been out of the state 3 times. And all for work, never for pleasure.
Well, Key West is, I haven't been there in many years, but I used to go like once or twice a year. I had friends that lived
Wow.
just south of Miami. Yeah, they were like med school friends and whatnot. And it was nothing back then to, People's Express, $79. Bingo, you're there and back. But it was fun. We toured the Everglades, all that crap. And we got caught in a town called Chokoloskee. Look up Chokoloskee.
I knew it. Chuck Lewoski? There was a guy I knew named Chuck Lewoski out of Garfield.
He's down there, but we got out for this outrageous sunset. We pulled up to this rickety dock, and my friend was 520 pounds, 540 pounds. And I said, hey, I wouldn't go too far out on that dock, right? But we get out there, and he's got his camera, I got mine, and I put my camera up, and I'm trying to. This was a pretty nice camera that you had to like.
Sure.
Do,
A Nikon?
autos,
Auto zoom?
No, not auto zoom. We had a manual zoom.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I see these little like dark spots dancing in front of my lens.
Oh, you had floaters in your eye.
I thought, what the hell's going on here? Then I looked. I was covered in Chokoloskee Bay mosquitoes. Covered. And I said, hey, you're covered with mosquitoes like this. I'm covered. They were all over my forehead, my face,
God.
my arms. Of course, we were both in shorts.
That's horrible.
We ran back to his old Toyota truck. It was.
At 500 pounds, he ran?
He was quick within like 60 feet. Beyond
Nice.
that,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was done. He gets in the driver's side. I get into passenger side. We close those doors, and now there's many hundreds of mosquitoes in the cab with us because they were stuck to us. We're smacking and sliding, and blood is everywhere.
Ay.
Oh yeah, he throws it into reverse because he nosed up to the water, and he hit the gas. And what do you think we do? There was a palm tree, one of those lazy,
Jesus, man.
sideways palm trees that
Yeah,
went up
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. You rode up
The back
it.
of his pickup truck went right up the palm tree, and now the back wheels are off the ground. You can't make this up. Can't make it up.
Wow.
So thank God it was a 4-wheel drive. We were like, holy shit.
And this was Key West.
No, this was
Oh.
Chokoloskee, which was, if you took, I think it was, Jesus, a long time. I don't know if it was Route 75 or 41.
Oh, okay.
You can drive right across from southeast Florida and cut across the Everglades and end up in like Naples, which is West Coast.
So
But you got
Naples.
to go across the Everglades. But I tell you what, you don't want to get stuck out there because if the alligators don't eat your ass,
Oh, boy.
there's of course the Florida panthers that'll eat your ass.
See, I don't, they had too many critters.
But you know something? The ones that really will eat your ass are the mosquitoes.
Wow. Literally.
Like, I always heard, like, oh, the military, part of their training is to send you to the Okefenokee swamps, and they send you out there, and you're not allowed to swat mosquitoes.
I believe some of
And
that.
And people think, oh, you're not allowed to swat a mosquito if it lands on you. Well, guess what? I lived in the Caribbean for 2.5 years. A mosquito doesn't land on you. If there's one, there's 10 billion.
Ay.
And it's like those shows,
What?
Naked and Afraid.
Oh, yeah.
They don't really give you a close-up of those people have thousands and thousands of bug bites on them. That would preclude me day one.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so you heard my 3. So what's your 3? I mean, you're way more traveled than I am. So you've probably seen everywhere you had to
Well,
go.
but wait a minute now. We're talking about within the United States.
Oh, okay.
Off the top of my head, I'd like to go to Sedona,
Whoa. Where's Sedona?
Arizona.
What's so nice about that? Is that northern Arizona or southern?
I don't know. I've
'Cause
never been to Arizona.
Because they say northern part of Arizona gets all the seasons. It'll have snow,
Well,
but
I
it
don't-
melts.
But I don't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Sedona is a tourist destination where that big, huge, I don't know, what's it called? Devil's Rock or something.
Oh, really?
Anyway, it's a spiritual portal.
Oh,
that
okay.
The American Indians, and now it's kind of bled its way through the non-indigenous white population. That it's a portal for either spirits, shamans, extraterrestrials, whatnot. Yeah, I know. I make reference to the flat earthers because the flat earthers are all snickering at me because they say there are no extraterrestrials. Well, guess what?
the hell they're not.
I say that there are.
And we're going to do an episode on extraterrestrials. I've had people requesting them on my email, John. They want an episode based on
Yeah,
extraterrestrials.
well, I think it's a fabulous topic.
and that,
So Sedona.
Sedona, okay.
Sedona is number 1. Mount Shasta is number 2.
now stop.
Yeah.
The hell is Mount Shasta? Where
Mount
is it?
Shasta apparently is California. It's a big ass mountain. I don't know what the
Up
elevation.
north? Am I
I
asking
wanna
you tough
say-
questions?
I want to say maybe Northern California. You think I would know?
Yeah.
But I don't really like. If I know I'm not going, I don't really pay attention. To
Yeah.
The longitude,
So
latitude.
where's the attraction to Mount
It's
Shasta?
another portal. It's another
Another
portal,
portal,
for
okay.
for let's call them off-worlders.
Mm.
I do believe in off-worlders. That's a great topic. So Sedona, Mount Shasta. I've had friends that have gone to Mount Shasta, and I've had lots
Do
of
they
friends.
do they
that-
climb the mountain?
Yeah, they have tours and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the people that I used to work with used to go to Sedona. Some of them have been there 2 or 3 times in,
Oh,
in
wow.
a handful of years. Yeah, it's something. You're not going to catch me camping in the desert with rattlesnakes and scorpions.
Oh,
That's
no,
that's
no,
not what I'm talking about. But I want to go out there and experience the portals, the energy portals. That's what it's known for, and it's
Wow.
raw, unbelievable terrain and beauty. Yeah. So Sedona, Mount Shasta, and
Don't people do like mushrooms when they go out to places like that? Like,
yeah.
psychedelics and stuff like
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
do, right?
Yes.
I don't know where that came from, but
Probably,
there's,
probably, and I know it's cliche, but it's really sad that it's become cliche. But I've never been to Hawaii.
yeah, me neither.
You know,
Do you think it's commercialized, like too touristy?
An old girlfriend of mine that you know very well, no names,
please.
lived there for years.
No kidding.
Yeah. Hmm.
Write her name down on a piece of paper. I'm kidding. Tell me later.
You know who it is.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Right. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, what
Yeah.
saying, but
Yeah.
people
Okay.
don't want their names mentioned.
I
on
understand.
This crappy podcast. But,
There's
yeah,
there's a lot of rights
and
out
there's
there.
a lot of different islands, and
It's supposed to be beautiful.
it's
Hawaii.
beyond that. But who mentioned feral pigs? Did you mention that the other day?
I've never uttered that term in my life. Feral pigs.
Somebody. Yeah,
I think I've been
called.
called a pig a couple of times.
Oh, you know what? It was Mike Sabella's.
Oh, you mentioned the name.
Yeah, but he's been on the podcast.
Oh,
so I
okay.
feel like I can.
All right.
Yeah, somebody was out in Hawaii and they saw a whole bunch of these wild pigs. I saw
A wild pig. That's what a feral pig is.
feral means kind of like they're like almost like indigenous pigs, but
Not a boar.
well, they are
They are boars. Wow.
And
They're nasty.
What's her name? Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr, the one that used to be a Democrat and a leftist, and then the leftists cut her throat, so now she's not such a leftist anymore.
Yeah.
They red-pilled her. The left red-pilled Roseanne. There's a whole documentary about her and the estate she lives on. She lives on like a big farm, like up in the mountains.
And there's boars.
Oh, she can't even walk through her property. They'll attack her.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So
That'd be a horrible way to go.
She hires people to take them out.
Well, I know a guy that goes boar hunting in Texas from a helicopter.
Well, if they're javelinas, you know what javelinas are?
No.
Well, it's spelled like javelina.
Yeah.
These things I don't think are in the pig. They're not in the porcine family or pigs. I think they're more closely related to large rats. They're like
Oh, that's disgusting. Large rat.
if you saw one of these son of a bitches, they look like a wild boar. Not the kind in Africa where they have these big, wide, flat,
Yeah.
snouts with the horns.
The tusks, yeah.
These they're narrow. They're almost like, tropical fish that are called a discus. Like an angelfish is narrow.
Yeah.
These things are narrow.
Weird.
And they run like lightning, and they've got like a Mohican all the way from their head to their back.
My God.
And these
Why
things-
are they even on this
listen,
earth?
These things have fangs like a fucking jaguar. Oh,
The
yeah. Javelinas.
And they're in Texas.
Yeah.
See, I'm not
Texas,
going to Texas now. I'm not going anywhere near that stuff. I mean, what's
Well,
the
But
point?
if you're going to go to Texas, you got to be packing heat, man.
Well, my luck, I'll be walking outside, picking up the newspaper, and a javelina will be friggin' coming down the street charging me. What happened? He was getting the newspaper and a javelina.
And a lot of people kill them and eat them.
Really?
Yeah, they hunt them and eat them.
No wonder they're
I
angry.
guess they're good eating. I don't know, but they're really
Jesus Christ.
they're fast as lightning, and they will kill your ass. Yeah, I never heard of them until 6 months ago.
How many different kinds of pig are there?
But this isn't a pig.
Oh, it's a
But
boar.
it looks it's not even a boar. It's more closely related to like a
It's like a dinosaur.
a tapir or a capybara. It's like a big rodent. But man, yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, after the show, we'll pull up a little short.
Yeah. I'd like to see it one time. Another reason why. This is why I don't like to travel. At least in Jersey, I know what's in Jersey. I know where to go. Yeah, that area over there is a couple bears. This. Other than that, we got a lot of
Yeah.
two-legged creatures, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I was, kind of browsing the internet the other night, like a lot of people
Yeah.
do, right? And, I saw some video title, and it was only like a 4 or 5 minute video. Safari tourist attacked by lion, and I went,
Oh,
no, no,
my
no, no,
gosh.
no, no, no. I have watched and I have been sickened by the pinnacle of lion eats man attacks, and we've talked about that
Oh,
before.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I just went. I saw they're in an open top Jeep. The guy's leg is hanging out. He's wearing shorts, and the lions are 5 feet away.
Come on,
I
what are
mean-
you thinking?
That's one of the reasons why I really kind of shy away from a cat, unless it's my cat. And I don't have a cat, but I did. We had a cat for 16 years.
Oh, wow.
But the one is, even that cat, you never knew. They have a whirlwind going on inside their cranium, and
Cats.
they don't display their emotions on their face at all, unless they're doing the and they're when they're going after each other,
Oh,
and they're trying to
yeah.
intimidate one another, and they're posturing. But with people, they're like this,
John?
like a statue, and then
You know what? There's something about a pussy you just can't trust. You know what I mean? Cats, felines. There's just something about that fur. That fur, you just can't trust it. I don't know.
feel its hunger.
That's what I said. John, if you had to alchemize this fun episode, how would you do that? I mean, this was a lot of fun. We talked about songs. We talked about travel.
We did.
How you can't trust cats.
Well, there's a couple things I'd like to say about this episode.
Please speak up.
When I was a younger man, people, how much time do we have? People that I was very close with, they never listened to music.
Oh.
They didn't listen to music. They didn't buy cassettes or CDs because they thought it was a big waste of money. And I had music that basically was designed to accompany just about any situation from all the way back when I was a kid.
Sure.
And I got to tell you what, it wasn't because my parents back in the early 60s had, a whole ton of records. My father had a collection, a modest collection. He had like a dozen LPs and a couple 45s. That's the era we're talking about. But I remember very well the days of the transistor radio and Cousin Brucey. And he was just hot all up and down the Jersey Shore. He was syndicated all over the country. So when you asked the question, what song reminds you of the summer? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's a summer place, whether it's Percy Faith and his orchestra, or it's the Letterman. I think the Vogues did it too, or Andy Williams, or Bobby Darin's "Somewhere Beyond the Sea, Somewhere Waiting for Me." Man, I love that song. Bobby Darin takes me right back to Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, early to mid '60s, and I would say if you're in an enclave, if you're in a family that just doesn't share music, start sharing it. Start sharing it because it connects your memories.
100%.
It connects your heart to, you're living in the good old days. You may not believe that. I didn't know that when I was 5. I didn't know that when I was 7 years old, walking 2 miles out of my way after school with my baseball glove and my transistor radio in my pocket, going to Little League baseball practice and spending another hour and a half on a dusty baseball field where you could pick up the dirt and go, and it was just dust. That's how bone dry it was in this, toward that time of the year. I'll never forget. Good Morning Starshine. Donovan. Everybody's talking at me. Those are the songs that take me back. So people, get into some music that you love. And you know something? If you're older and your kids don't have the opportunity to get into the groove with the music of your day, put it on and get it into their head. Because believe it or not, my 26-year-old son, when I ride with him in his car, you know what he listens to? I can't believe it. He puts on Dean Martin.
Oh, that's awesome.
He does. He
That's
puts on
awesome.
Dean Martin, and he puts on some other, superstars from yesteryear. There's nothing wrong with that because let's face it, some of the music today
Oh, some.
just doesn't cut it. So that's not really an alchemy. I think it's just, well, maybe it is. It's true heartfelt advice. Connect your memories to the era with music, whether it be the music of this particular era or yours. Introduce your kids to the music of the day, and you won't be sorry. It'll expand their consciousness. It just will. And as far as the places I'd like to go, I don't have a bucket list. I really don't. I believe that if I'm meant to go somewhere, I'll end up there one way or another. And I have been here, there, and everywhere, mostly nationally and, within the Caribbean, Canada, the United States. I've only been to Germany and Austria once because I presented an academic surgical paper in Munich, and we had a good time. My brother and I, God bless him, went and had a super time in Munich, and then we rented the car and went to Austria, to Neuschwanstein. That's Cinderella's castle for real, the ones up in the
wow.
And you look at that place and you tour it and you go, how the hell did anyone take this jagged, rough, mountainous terrain and build that monstrosity castle on those peaks?
Aliens.
Aliens, that's right.
They did it all, I'm convinced.
But I've wanted to go to Egypt and all that stuff, but homie ain't going to Egypt. Not unless something massive changes. But anyway, I would
Great
say
job.
don't be as reclusive as I can be. I have been reclusive. I would rather watch a travel show on the internet and say, okay, well now I've just avoided, tickets, hotels,
Just saved me the
money,
yeah.
the crap with TSA, Newark Airport, and traveling and all of that crap. I've avoided all of it with a 1.5 hour video on YouTube.
Very nice.
On the platform.
Very
Platform's
nice.
a double-edged sword. That's it, Phil. That's all I want
I
to
love
say.
it. Thank you very
All right.
much, John, for
Hey, that was
another
fun.
fabulous episode.
Okay.
If you like what we're doing, people, press follow, like, and
And please subscribe because we must fight tyranny. And it costs you nothing.
I mean, he said please, people.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Respect that.
This is a fight. We must fight the ideologic war of information.
Mm.
And we're trying to bring you different perspective other than the algorithms that are captured by Google. And I might end the episode by saying it is a good thing that Rumble, the video venue on the internet, is suing Google. Yay.
Interesting.
Stay tuned.
All right. Till next time, people.
Okay.
The Jersey Alchemist. Peace.